God says a family member has been secretly blocking your blessing. Don't skip a single word of this, because what you're about to hear will make everything finally make sense. Listen, chosen one, before I say anything else, you need to understand this. You didn't find this message by accident. This message got to you. The Father put you right here. Even though there are a lot of things that want your attention right now, like voices and chats and tasks that need to be done. He moved your hand. He pushed your morning run back. You couldn't quite put your finger on the thought that kept you up last night. It was all done so that these words would reach you at the best time. And this is what he says. Sit down. What's coming your way is bigger than any words you've used so far. No, this is not a punishment. There is no wait. Everything is being put back in its place. Which means the ground you stand on has to move. This is a warning before something big happens. The hand that is giving you this message is also holding you up as the ground moves. This is where you were meant to be. Now stay put for 40 minutes. They're all yours. Just one last thing before we go on. Everything is free for the next 40 minutes. For what I can't share in this video, see the description and the comment I pinned below. If your heart tells you there's more for you, read those. You should only do it if it feels right. Let me draw a picture of where you're probably at this very moment. Picture yourself sitting at a kitchen table at 11 o'clock at night. The tea you made an hour ago is now sitting next to you. Cold. There is only light from another room. Your whole family is asleep. Something that came up without you asking it is this same thing that's been going around for weeks. Why does the air in this room feel different? The first thing you've probably noticed, even if you haven't said it, is that your feelings seem to come out of nowhere these days. When you're doing something normal, like walking to your car, opening a cabinet, or answering a text that doesn't matter, you'll feel something that doesn't fit the situation. It's sometimes sadness. There are times when you just feel calm. You have told yourself that you must be tired. You're likely thinking too much about things. That's not it at all. Something inside you is noticing something that the outside world hasn't caught on to yet. This isn't stress. This is your mind getting used to a frequency that it has been lowering for a long time. Before I go on, let me tell you what you can look forward to in the next 40 minutes if you stay. When things like this happen, the Father shakes 3 types of foundations. You will learn how to tell which one is yours. For 7 days, you'll do something that will help you see what's being taken away from you right now. You'll get to the bottom of why this is happening to Eshu. And at the end, the Father will say one last thing that he has been saving for when you're still enough to really hear it. If you leave early, none of this hits as hard. Follow me. What you really learn is when you stay. The second thing you noticed is that people and places that used to feel like home don't feel the same. Like a room that is too hot or too cold. It's strange how conversations that used to be easy drain you. These days, you no longer want to stay in places for more than 30 minutes after going there. You're still not hard to deal with. You're still warm. The limits you have are just changing. Your body doesn't want to waste energy on an old version of yourself that this season wants you to grow out of. Not depressed at all. These are honest thoughts from deep inside you about things that don't work for where you want to go. I can't quite put my finger on the third thing. Things like hobbies, routines, and daily habits that used to keep you grounded aren't as fun as they used to be. You just do what you're told. You keep coming, but the happiness isn't as strong as it used to be. Things that used to make you happy now feel like work. You feel like something is wrong with you. You feel like you can't enjoy your own life anymore. That's not true at all. When you let go of the old parts of your life, the new parts of your next life start to show up. You can't get rid of the old because it failed you. It goes away because something else is coming. What you can't see is the fourth thing. You've been seeing the same numbers on clocks when you could not have planned to. Patterns that keep showing up around big decisions. Stores playing songs that make you think of a certain person right now. Conversations where people say the same things you read days ago. How often does this happen? Most of the people you know wouldn't believe you. Isn't this just luck or a myth? Though this is the universe putting things in order, letting you know that things are going to be okay so you can be sure that the Father is working. He's leaving clues on the things you touch. The fifth thing takes place while you sleep. Like your dreams are real again, like they haven't been in years. Some are about buildings falling apart, the ground being unstable, and doors being lost. Even though some are quieter, the feeling stays with you. For an hour after you wake up, you've been thinking about what these dreams mean. Indeed, when you're awake, your mind tries to block out things. It's not ready for all day. Your mind isn't hidden when you sleep. Your Father has been talking to the part of you that can't argue back. That part has been learning about a season that your daytime self doesn't know about yet. Any of these signs hit you right where you are tonight? Right recognized in the comments. Not for me, for yourself. Put your fingers together first to make sure of what your heart already knows. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests. Lift up the burdens of others and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You should know about a woman named Hannah in the Bible. She was a woman in a temple crying quietly a long time before she became the mother of a very important prophet. Her family was having a bad time. She couldn't have kids at a time when that would have made you feel bad about yourself. She was made fun of by another woman in her home when she finally went to the temple to talk about how much pain she had been feeling by herself. The priest who should have known that she was praying got her completely wrong. He believed she was drunk. He told her that someone who really should have gotten it didn't see what was going on. And here's something that the Hebrew text of the story shows that English versions don't quite get. You didn't cry when Hannah did what she did. The word for it is wa. It doesn't mean give up. A deep place where only the person who sent the silence can hear you is what it means to settle down, sit, and become quiet. Hannah did a shush. It was hidden from the priest. The answer to her prayer was already being written right there in that quiet place. Even if the people you care about can't tell that you're quiet right now, that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means that the thing that's rising inside you is too quiet for the room you're in. Before we go on, I'd like to take a moment to say something soft. If someone has called you dramatic, too sensitive, or even crazy because they couldn't see what was growing inside you, the last few months of being misunderstood were not just a side effect. They were part of your growth. It was a part of it. You can only fully understand something when you've been with your inner knowing for a long time and have learned to trust it without needing anyone else to agree. You have been given that understanding. That's what all the quiet means. Take a deep breath. Also remember one thing about what we're going to talk about next. There is a researcher named Dr. Robert Lake who has been writing down what people feel in times like these for 34 years. His work is huge, bigger than any one part of it. We will only look at the first step today. When you're ready, the rest will come. Yet, before you do any of that, you need to learn more about what you've been seeing. The shaking you felt has a name. What is being taken away and what is being given each have names. You no longer believe what you thought you knew about why your life is the way it is now after hearing that name. Follow me. Attention please. For what I am about to say is something that most spiritual teachers do not know how to say. You haven't been shaking for no reason. It's not chaos. It has a name. 3 names to be exact. A person may be standing on 3 different types of foundations, without even being aware of it because each one came into your life through a different door. The Father shakes them all in different ways. When we're done that with this part, you'll know which of the 3 is yours for this season. When you know that, the confusion starts to go away because you can finally answer the question you've had for weeks. What is being shaken? The borrowed foundation is the first kind. It wasn't your choice. It came from the world around you. It's the ideas about how to get love. The ideas that people have about what you can ask for. What people like you can't say about what they want. Your family, your neighborhood, the church where you grew up, and teachers and leaders who were in the same situation as you took these things in. You didn't say anything about these ideas. They were just the air you breathed. They felt like the truth. Get ideas from these to help you find your own. You might think that being useful is the only way to get love. That if you stop making things for other people, they'll throw you away. You might believe that if God picks you, it's because you'll be through hard times, that suffering is the price you pay for being spiritually important, and that a simple life seems sketchy. Perhaps you believe that people like you shouldn't ask what they want. They are grateful for what they have. Which of those examples made your chest feel tight when I said them? That will tell you if a borrowed foundation is yours. The foundation is telling you something through that tightness. That means yes, I'm the one shaking. The second kind is the one that was passed down to you from older people. I think this is better than the borrowed one because it doesn't have words on it. It had a heavy weight to it. Your great-grandmother had something on her that she never talked about. The idea that your grandfather built his life on was never called into question. The same thing your mom did. And the same shape has been inside you without anyone telling you. When you were younger and not able to understand what you were signing, you made deals that you still hold true today. They could be about money, like the idea that there's never enough in the family, or that people who want more than they have are betraying those who had less. They might be about feelings like the rule that women shouldn't yell and men shouldn't cry in your family. They could be about your name's meaning in your family, your gender, or the order in which you were born. The Father is using inherited foundations to do something for you that no person could do. He is freeing you from agreements you didn't mean to make. He keeps promises that were never yours in the first place because what you're letting go of has been with you longer than you can remember. This area is shaking the most. The third kind is the one you made yourself. This one hurts the most to learn about. The structure you've been holding together with utter exhaustion is built on hard work. You keep up the relationship because you're always the one who calls. You keep your job identity by working harder than everyone else. You keep your spiritual life alive by following rules that make you feel guilty instead of finding real peace. As you act in a certain way to protect your reputation, you let go of everything. The hard-won foundation has held up. That's why it's so hard to let go. That's what it does. Things would have broken apart without your work, but it held them together. But here is the price that no one has told you. Every part of a foundation that you build with work costs you energy. Every layer you've pushed down makes you feel more tired. The Father is taking it away from you. Not because you did something wrong, but because He doesn't want you to use your own energy to pay for your own life anymore. You'll know you have a foundation that was built with hard work. If reading what I said made you mad, being defensive is a key part of trying to stay alive. Make it shake. What did I say that made you whisper that one's mine? Type 1, see it in the comments. Let that thought process start to work. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Someone wrote to me last year and told me something I want you to hear. She said she knew something was wrong with her marriage for 3 weeks before her husband said anything. She thought she was crazy at the time. She thought that just sensing problems was making them worse. She thought she was to blame for her sadness. Then her husband told her the truth. One Tuesday afternoon while they were sitting at the kitchen table they had been at for 15 years. It was the truth and it made her feel the way she had for 21 days. When she wrote to me, she asked, "Was I being warned?" The answer is yes. You feel the shaking before anyone else does. The problem wasn't coming from inside you. Inside you, you were getting ready for it. Daniel is the name of a man in the Bible whose story I will tell you in a moment. For now, I want you to remember his name. He saw statues whose feet were made of clay being shaken. Whole kingdoms, whole foundations. He didn't freak out when he saw it. He didn't run. One thing he did was sit down. After writing down what he saw, he went to sleep. We'll talk to him again. Now, I'm going to give you something useful that you can use right away. It takes 7 days to do. It's not about getting things done. I call it the 3-witness inventory, not writing in a journal. The point is to notice. You will write 3 sentences every night before you go to sleep. Only 3. What did I notice shaking today? Is the first sentence. It could be a date. It could be a role, maybe a sure thing you used to believe. It could be an expectation you didn't even know you had. You name it. Something moved under you in those 24 hours. For the second sentence, it asks which of the 3 types of foundation is this: borrowed, inherited, or effort-built. You don't have to be sure. Based on what we just talked about, you make your best honest guess. What might be more true than the foundation that is shaking is the third sentence. You're not trying to solve anything. You're not making things better. Just pay attention to what wants to come in its place. If you do this for 7 days, you will have something that most people never have during their whole lives. You will have a clear list of 2 to 4 foundations that the Father is taking away from your life right now. Not vague or broad, but very clear. Once you know what's coming, you can stop focusing on what's going away and start getting ready for what's coming. Someone may have been carrying the weight of foundations that no one else in their life can see. If this message reached that person tonight, let your tap on that gentle heart be a silent way of saying, may every chosen one watching this find what I just found. Before we talk about the real reason this is happening to you, I want you to know about something else that's going on inside you. This is important because it changes how the practice I just gave you works. The 3 types of foundations, recognizing and taking an inventory, all hit you in different ways depending on what's going on in your nervous system at the time. It's not just the spirit that shakes during times of foundation shaking. When you work shifts like this, your brain changes. The amount of cortisol changes. When you have frequency problems, your body may feel like it's not working the way it should. Most people go through these times alone and are worn out by the time things start to make sense. This is what Dr. Robert Lake studied for 34 years. For this kind of season, he made one special tool. It was 7 minutes of music that were meant to gently move the brain into a frequency range that lets clarity sink instead of bouncing around. He called it the Genius Song. Scientists at MIT and Princeton have seen the same brain state in people who handled big changes in their lives well instead of falling apart. You can find the link in the description and the comment that was pinned below. If you're already thinking, yes, I want that for my journey through this season, keep going. If you want to know more, read the rest of this message. The door is there. If you already know though, for those who are still with me, the next part is very important because we haven't talked about why the Father is doing this now in your life right now. Remember how Hannah shook when Eli got her wrong? There is now a name for that shaking, the registration of removal. And when you understand why things are being taken away, the shaking stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like getting ready. The Father doesn't shake things up to hurt you. When they start to hurt you, He shakes them. There are a lot of spiritual teachings that say bad things will happen. Not many people will tell you why this season is happening to you at this time in your life. There are 3 reasons for this. Pay close attention. I call the first reason the capacity gap. Something is happening in your life that the base you've been standing on can't handle. It's too heavy. It's too important. It would damage what you have now. You are not being punished by the Father. He is getting the structure ready. You can't put new wine into old wine skins, is an old proverb. The problem isn't with the new wine. It's not the wine skins that are broken. The problem is the match. Because he has the new wine ready and can't get it to you any other way. The Father is taking out the old wine casks. The second reason is what I call the mercy opportunity. You've known for a long time that certain parts of your life aren't good for you. But you haven't been able to get rid of them on your own. You were too weak to do it. It would have been bad for those people. The building had been a part of who you were for too long for you to take it apart on your own because you love those people. You couldn't do what the Father is doing for you. Love, He's not punishing you. He is keeping it. He's taking something off your shoulders that you would never have agreed to give up on your own. The third reason is what I call timing alignment. A door is opening for you and you need to walk through it without any extra stuff. You wouldn't fit if you brought the old foundation with you across the threshold. The shaking is the Father making you lighter so that you can cross. It seems like some things are going away right now, but in the future they will look like they are clearing up. Let me now tell you the whole story of Daniel, whom I already talked about. Daniel was away from home. He had been taken from his home and put away from his people in a place where people didn't understand his God. And while he was away, the Father showed him a vision. That's what he saw. It had a gold head. It had a silver chest. It had bronze thighs. It had iron legs. Its feet were made of iron and clay mixed together. There was only one small stone that hit the statue's feet, and it all fell over. All of the gold, silver, bronze, and iron fell apart because the foundation, which was made of clay, wasn't strong enough to hold it all. When Daniel saw it, he didn't freak out. He wasn't quick. He sat down. He wrote down what he saw. The next morning he talked about the vision without shaking. It's now time for the Father to show you this part. Gold, silver, and bronze kingdoms in your life may all be standing on feet of clay. These are the parts that look impressive on the outside and are the things you're most proud of. There is only one stone behind the shaking you feel. The stone isn't destruction either. It's been fixed. The Father is showing you what is real and what was always going to fall. He is turning you into Daniel, a person who can see empires fall in their own life and stay calm. I know what you're feeling when I say this because it makes me feel the same way. The fear that asks, what if I want the old foundation back after the Father removes it? What if I look at the empty space where it used to be and I can't stand the silence? What if the sadness lasts longer than I have strength for? I would like to honor that fear. It's not being weak. It's not a lack of faith. It's how people normally react when they lose something they know. I want you to understand this. The desire will come back. That's a part of being sad. That doesn't mean the base should go back. It means the base was important. There's a change. The Father isn't asking you to pretend you don't miss what's leaving. Trust that what's taking its place was built by people who love you more than you've been able to love yourself this season. You're not doing something wrong just because you're having doubts. It means someone is asking you to do something deep inside you. You're checking to see if it's okay to say yes. They should check. Say yes. Then I want to give you something that maybe no one else has this season: permission. This is before we get to the most important part of what's being revealed tonight. You can be sad about a foundation that God is taking away for your good. It's okay for you to not understand why it's now and not 5 years ago. It is okay to feel both happy and sad at the same time. You don't have to explain your silence to people who don't get it anymore. You can get what the Father is building without having to work for it again. You can be the one who made it through to get this message. Any of those permission lines made your eyes water. Type 1 receive in the comments, not to show off but to become. 3 things are making the shaking. 1 list to name the things that are shaking. Allow yourself to be okay in the shaking without needing it to make sense. Yet that's how this season is set up. First, I want to show you the foundation that is being built on top of what is falling. Then I want to tell you one more thing about who you are. It makes sense of everything you've been carrying. I'm about to tell you why this is happening to you in particular and why the Father chose this time for the shaking. Follow me. After this, I'll say what I've been building up to since the start of this message. So, take a deep breath. Everything I've said so far is true. But it all points to something more than just realizing, more than just listing the reasons, more than even those 3. It's been weeks of shaking foundations and not being able to stand on the ground as easily as you used to. The Father was trying to tell you something. He couldn't say while you were still standing on what you thought you were. He's been trying to tell you the truth about who you are. It's not what you were told. The answer is the part you've been playing isn't the answer. Even the spiritual identity you thought you had built for yourself isn't the answer. There is something bigger, quieter, and freer that is the answer. And once you hear it, this truth will change everything in your life. So please stay where you are. The Father has been saving the next part of this message for when you are really ready to hear it. Pay attention to me. The first revelation was about realizing. Revelation 2 was about making a list. Revelation 3 was about getting rid of things. But all 3 of them have pointed to one truth. Oh, I have to say it slowly. If I speak too quickly, you'll think it's a catchy phrase instead of the answer to the question you've had since you were old enough to ask it. No, you are not the base. Read it again with me. No, you are not the base. As the foundation. You have spent a lot of your life trying to be strong, reliable, and the one who keeps things together. When others fall apart, you have carried the weight of family, work, faith, relationships, and more on your own shoulders. And God the Father has seen you do that. He's been sad about all the weight you've carried that He never asked you to. You're not the building. You are the one being made. You're not the ground. You are being shown new things. You're not the building. You are the person who lives there. I can hear the Father telling you, I didn't bring you this far to leave you standing on something that can't hold you. The foundation you've been looking for has always been me. He hasn't let the shaking destroy you. He has been letting it make you feel things. From having to carry the weight of being the foundation to having the freedom of being held by it. From being worn out, from carrying everything to being at peace while being carried. From the part of keeping everyone together to the truth of being held by hands that have never ever gotten tired. When something shakes in your life from now on, don't ask, what am I losing? Instead, ask, what is being given that needs this clearing? What is the Father building under me right now that needs the old structure gone? What new ground is being laid that I've been blocking by trying to hold up the old one with my own strength? The belief that you have to be the foundation to be safe is the shadow that needs to fall. needs to fall before you can rise. Drop it. Now more than ever, you're safe. You're no longer standing on your own. Feel free to write. I release in the comments if you no longer want to be the source. Pay attention to what your fingers know before your brain does. Take a deep breath. Do not move. In 2 minutes, we'll do something different. Here are some simple words to help you understand what you just heard. This way, you can remember it and be able to explain it to yourself in the morning. What do you know now that you didn't know 40 minutes ago? The shaking you've been feeling for weeks isn't caused by stress, sadness, or your imagination. It's like the foundations are being taken away. A person can stand on 3 different types of foundations. Ones they borrowed, ones they inherited, and ones they worked hard to build. The Father shakes them all in different ways. But if you look around your life right now, you can see all 3. That's not just words. You can check that in 7 days. This is what you need to remember. The 3-witness inventory gives you 7 days, and each night it gives you 3 sentences. What made you shake today? What kind of foundation is this? What might be more true? After 7 days, you'll have a clear list of 2 to 4 specific foundations that the Father is taking away from your life right now. Not vague or broad, but very clear. The identity part is that your inner system notices big changes before your conscious mind can explain them. It's not hard to deal with that sensitivity. It's a gift that needs extra care when things are shaking. No, you are not the base. You are the person who lives there. That's right. Hands that have never grown tired of you are moving you. And do you remember when I talked about the Genius Song tool that Dr. Robert Lake made earlier in this message? First we talked about what is happening to you, and now it's time to talk about what it is. Your inner self has been on edge for a long time, even though nothing was obviously wrong with your life. This is because the gamma frequency was made to support your system. This is why you understand things faster than you can put them into words. You didn't become sensitive to that. It was in you from birth. You've always been like this. The world tried to teach you how to turn it off. It is now being brought back by the Father. Someone named David wrote to me a few months after he began using the audio. In his own life, things were shaking to the core. His marriage of 19 years had ended quietly. His job was being rearranged. He also said that he felt like he was a different path than the rest of his life. It took him 7 minutes a day for 6 weeks to use the sound. He didn't say it got rid of all his issues. He said it helped him be in his own life again. He told them that the noise died down enough for them to hear the Father telling them what to do next. That's what the tool does. It doesn't make things better. It cuts out the noise so you can hear what's being said. Scientists have spent decades studying how the gamma frequency changes in people's brains as they age. Long-term stress has pushed that frequency down by the time most adults are in their late 20s. This is known as the decline effect. Creativity was blocked. Modern life is constantly overstimulating us on a low level. This has been measured at MIT, Princeton, and a number of other research institutions. The good news is that this power can be taken away. You can get back to the frequency you were born with. That's what the sound does. Because I would be thinking the same thing right now. I know what you're thinking. You may be thinking I've tried similar things before. Yoga, meditation, healing sounds, but nothing changed. Listen carefully. This is not the same thing. When you meditate, you ask your brain to change from the inside out. That is slow and not sure. When you use brain entrainment, the frequency changes from the outside in. That works faster and can be tracked. This is different from everything you've tried before. I understand if you think this sounds too good to be true. After years of being let down, being skeptical isn't a bad thing. It makes sense. Now, let me move on from promise to proof. This isn't just a sales pitch. Labs used EEGs to measure this result. So far, 366 people have used the sound. Less than 4% of people have gotten their money back. That means that more than 96% of those who tried it kept it. That's more than just a sales number. That means the work is good. Last but not least, I know that $39 is a lot of money for some people. I've been there. I thought about the $39 price and decided I couldn't pay it. Let me see what else is around here that I can compare it to. A single therapy session is around $150. There are 400 to 800 spiritual retreats over the weekend. A BOF feedback session at a clinic costs $300 and you'll probably need to go back for a few weeks. None of them are aimed directly at the gamma frequency. The $39 payment is one time. After that, it's yours for good. You don't have to subscribe. Now, let me tell you the whole story of what the Genius song does. The original price was $49, which was already a lot less than the other options I gave you. It was $39 before Dr. Lake lowered it so that people who are watching this message could get it. His goal was to get it to people who really need it, not just people who can easily afford it. You get more than just the 7-minute track when you buy the record. As a bonus, I have 4 things to share with you that are important. First is Genius Child, which costs $19. The sound was made for nervous systems that are younger before the decline effect sets in. The second is the timeless book that became the movie The Secret, which costs $2. It's the first written account of how abundant really works in real life. The third is a Door 2922-minute guided visualization that can help you with money, love, health, and joy. It's worth $12 and has a picture of the 5 things people do every day to keep gamma active. That's Adadelos in free bonuses when you spend $39 on something. Yes, there is no risk. If you change your mind in the next 90 days, the company will refund your money with no questions asked, and you can keep the bonuses. There's nothing you need to send back. They are yours no matter what. Digital items don't normally work that way. That's how this one works. Because Dr. Lake thought your time was important, even if you later changed your mind. Now, let me be honest about the time because I don't want to make you feel rushed. There is no timer. There isn't an artificial shortage. The sound will play whether you say yes today, tomorrow, or 6 months from now. But I will say this message and this tool are coming to you at the same time because the 7 minutes of audio every day work best when the foundations are shaking. You're in one. The window won't shut. This tool was made to help people with problems like the ones you're having right now. This could be the most useful conversation you ever have. Before you look elsewhere for something like this, I have one more thing to say. There are other websites that offer what they call gamma audio. Most of them use frequencies that haven't been checked, which can make it hard to sleep if you use them every night. The sound that Dr. Lake made is calibrated in a special way. That's the only place you can buy the calibrated version. The link in the description and the comment that was pinned goes their way. If you find what looks like the same thing somewhere else for less, what you're looking at is a fake, and fakes in this area can cause real harm. Kindly click on the link. The link is in the description and the pinned comment if your heart already says yes. Only click if you feel led to. When you're ready, the Genius Psalm will be there. Now, let me bring you back to the message. We still have a few minutes together. And the Father has one last thing to say to you that He has been saving for the whole video. Let me slowly bring it all together, because hearing something is different from really letting it sink in. I want you to leave this message understanding, not just knowing about something. You felt like something was changing in your life, but couldn't put your finger on it. You leave knowing what the shaking is called. You were scared that the chaos meant something was wrong with you when you came in. You leave knowing that the chaos is a sign that the Father is moving the ground beneath you. You came in and tried to do everything by yourself. You knew that trying was what the Father was freeing you from before you left. Please do the 3-witness inventory tonight. Even if you don't do anything else, only 3 sentences, not a really big job. Just taking note. What shook today? Which foundation type? What might be more true? 7 days. After that, you'll have clarity, which is something that most people never have at any point in their lives. You don't have to remember everything I wrote here. You don't have to remember the ideas. You don't need to do any of these things. It's enough to just notice something. It will work its magic on you. No matter what Dr. Lake builds in the coming seasons. Each chosen person will know which foundations can't hold them and which ones can. That's what it's like to be awake when the ground moves. What I said in the first sentence of this message will stick with you long after the video is over. Hang on for a minute. Before we end, I want to give you something for 90 seconds that I want you to receive, not just listen to. You don't need to move from where you are now. Whether you're sitting, lying down, or driving, you only need to think about it. Think about where you'll be in a year. In a year from now, the things that are shaking your life right now are over. The dust is no longer there. You are sitting somewhere quiet and thinking about this season like you would think about a trip you took instead of something that happened to you in that future moment. You see for the first time the base that the Father was building while the sky was falling. The foundation that you couldn't see during the shaking because you were too close to it. What does that base look like? How does it feel to stand on it? In a year, what room will you be sitting in? In that future room, who is with you and who is not there? Just pay attention. There's no need for you to know. What you need to do is let the person you will be in the future send a message to the person you are now. Picture that the air you're breathing now is being held by hands that have always had your back. Hands that are also building the foundation under your future room while you sit here. Take a deep breath. Let's come together now. Father, we're here in front of you. We don't come to ask. We are here to witness. We come to recognize what you've been doing all along without us knowing the work that's been going on in the dark places that we couldn't see yet. We're thankful that the shaking we've been feeling wasn't from being left alone, but from your attention. We're glad that the shaking wasn't the end of something and was the start of something we can't name yet. And in this peace, we let go. Allow the borrowed foundation to go. Let go of the foundation that was passed down. Let go of the foundation that was built with work. Let the people go who weren't sent go. Open the doors that were never meant to be opened. Let go of the version of ourselves that did things for love. Let go of the time you were trying to force. Don't worry about whether or not you are doing it right. Let go. Let go. Let go. You've been carrying things, but the Father does it. Father, you have seen every burden carried in silence. You have seen every breakdown that was hidden in places that no one else could get to. You heard the prayers being said in the dark while everyone was asleep. You heard the questions that were asked into pillows, but not heard by anyone else. It has all been used up. Nothing has been hidden. It has all been remembered. You hold the weight of every chosen one's hidden walk in your hand. And tonight, its answer comes from your hand. You're not the only one who feels this way. Chosen ones are sitting where you are right now all over the world. Some were in beds, some were in cars, some were on the floor, and some were at kitchen tables. Still feeling the same shaking, having the same understanding and hearing the same word in their own language. At this very moment, there is something bigger than your room that you are a part of. And in this moment, I hear the Father say, "You are the witness I have prepared. You are the inhabitant I am relocating. You are the one I held while the ground moved. You are the witness. You are the foundation I am rebuilding. You are the one station for this hour. And the foundation beneath you from this day forward will be my presence. Not your effort, not your role, not your performance, my presence." And so it is. Breathe deeply. You should get this seal. Type 1M the inhabitant in the comments section below. Seal what your spirit just got with your fingers. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel, your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says God in heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. We hope this message spoke to you tonight and helped you put your feelings into words. If it did, please let your tap on that gentle heart be your silent amen. Read the next messages if you want to know what else is being revealed for those who have been chosen this season. Stay close to this area. And if you're ready, the link to the Genius Song tool, the Dr. Lekade, is in the description and the comment that was pinned. One more thing. If this made you think of someone whose foundation has been shaking and they put their finger on it, who has been carrying the weight of beliefs they didn't choose, who has been putting on a show of tired faith and is starting to wonder if there's another way, send this to that person. You can feel them sitting alone and confused tonight from afar. Send a text. Send it by email in any way you choose. This message could be the one that helps them name something they haven't been able to name before. Naming something is the first step in moving things into their new home. Don't talk. Do not move. The job has begun. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step.